Hello everyone, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada at the City Center, which is located right off of Las Vegas Boulevard here. And right next door is the Cosmopolitan Hotel. And across the street is the Planet Hollywood. And getting back to the City Center, the City Center project was built by the MGM Corporation and opened on December 16th, 2009. And it includes 5 different hotel and condo towers built around a 256,000 square foot high-end retail shopping area called the Crystals. And let me zoom in here to show you where the Crystals is at. It's basically the shopping mall area that is right in front there off of Las Vegas Boulevard. And then the hotel towers are built all around the shopping area. A 6 hotel and condo tower was planned on the City Center site but was halted when construction defects were discovered in 2008 after 15 stories were already built. And that would have been the Harmon Hotel, which was right to the right of that sign there. Let me zoom in here. Basically, like right in that area, there was a 6th hotel tower, and because of improper installation of steel rebar, building plans for the Harmon were changed from 49 stories in height to 28 stories. However, that didn't work either, as later engineering studies found the Harmon was at risk of collapse during an earthquake, and in 2014 the entire tower was torn down. And basically there's nothing left over there. There's just a concrete foundation, and they also put up some wood paneling there, so you really I guess they don't want people to see it from the street. Let me zoom in a little here. It's basically that area right there, right next to the Aria sign. That's basically the lot that the Harmon Hotel was on. The remaining 5 hotels on the City Center site were completed and did open on schedule in 2009. The first one is the Aria Hotel, and that would be the one in the very back there. Let me zoom in on that. It's that structure right there, and the Aria has 4,004 hotel rooms, a 150,000 square foot casino, and it is the only hotel at the City Center site to have a casino. And the next hotel is the Waldorf Astoria, which is the one on the very right there. Or, excuse me, that would be the far left right there. It has the W right at the top of the building right there. That's the Waldorf Astoria. And that hotel has 392 hotel rooms and also includes 225 privately owned condo units as well. Then there's the Vidara Hotel, which is 57 stories tall, and that would be the tower at the far right. It would be the one right next to the Aria Hotel. And the Vidara has 1,495 hotel rooms. And finally, the last structure built at the City Center site is this one right in the middle here. And it's called the Veer Towers, which are twin 37-story condo towers, and might be kind of hard to tell from here, but they actually lean, each tower leans opposite 4.6 degrees from each other. And they were actually built to do that, or hopefully they were meant to be built at an angle. And the city center also has its own fire station, which is operated by the Clark County Fire Department, and also has its own power plant to provide electricity, heating, and cooling to all the buildings on site. And today I'll just give a quick tour of all 5 of the hotels, and let's see what's going on inside the city center. Hello everyone, I'm at the city center, and I just wanted to show what was left here of the Harmon Hotel. This was the new hotel that they had to tear down because of construction defects, and basically the only thing that they have left here is the concrete foundation, and this is just right next to the Crystals shopping center here. And from the street you really can't see this area because they have this, looks like a giant concrete wall right there off the street, and I'm just on this pedestrian bridge here that connects over to the Cosmopolitan Hotel there. Hello everyone, I'm at the main entrance to the Aria Hotel, and looks like they have some Chinese dragon statues here, and this would be the main entrance to the hotel lobby. And off to the right is the check-in area for the Aria. And this would be the main lobby area. And over off to the left, this is the main casino. Looks like there's a lot of slot machines. And off to the right is, looks like a sports bar. Walking back to the casino. More slot machines. And I believe this casino is approximately 150,000 square feet. So that's about 3 football fields. And probably will take about 12 to 15 minutes to walk around the entire casino. And it looks like off to the right, here's a Asian restaurant, Din Tai Pung. Not sure if I got that correct. And up ahead here to the right is another bar. This one's called the Lift Bar. And to the right here are the guest elevators. And to the left is a continuation of the casino. And it looks like this is a dining area to the right. Kind of a unique look to it. Has a lot of stainless steel fixtures and glass. And this corridor here looks like leads to the north entrance exit. And over to the left they have a Aria gift shop. And this is a pretty giant room here. It's about 3-4 stories tall. Looks like there's some kind of a, I don't know if you call that a Christmas tree over here in the corner. And to the left, that's still the Aria gift shop. Let's see. Looks like some sort of LED display. And let's walk out here to out the north exit and see where we are exactly. Looks like another valet parking area, and I believe that building right there is the Aria Hotel, and looks like just more part of the valet area here. I don't think there's anything. Looks like to be the parking garage directly ahead. And let's go back into the casino. And then also that building to the right of the Vidara, that's the Cosmopolitan. And back inside, more of a, here's another Chinese themed statue. Not really sure what this one is, some kind of a Zen statue. And to the right, here's the gift shop again. Looks like just standard merchandise in there, t-shirts, hats, and few beverages, soft drinks and whatnot. And to the left is another bar area. That one's called the Alibi Bar. And off to the right is the cashier cage where you can go and cash in all your winning chips. And to the left is more slot machines, and looks like some table games are coming up. Oh, and then to the right, here's the high limit gambling area. They have colored glass walling it off, so it doesn't look like they want anyone watching the high limit games. And this corridor off to the right here, looks like this leads to another high limit gambling area. There's the high limit lounge, looked a little bit empty in there. And here's another art exhibit, flowers and whatnot. And here's a Chinese restaurant, Le Mongros. And here's the Baccarat room, and a jewelry store here. It's called Radiance Jewelers. Looks like they got some fancy looking watches and whatnot. Anyhow, continuing on the tour to back to the casino area. So yeah, that's basically how I look at these casinos. Basically 3 football fields of slot machines and table games, and with some bars and restaurants and jewelry stores mixed in. Here's a Cartier store, looks like sunglasses, and I thought Cartier was a jeweler, but apparently that was just sunglasses. And off to the right here is the Sportsbook area. Looks like it's down this corridor here. And that would be the Sportsbook. They got a bunch of big screen TVs set up with the various sports games on. I really didn't want to walk in there too much because it looked like there were some of the employees just kind of hanging out. I don't know if they would like the camera here. And to the right, here's another bar. It's called the Sports Bar. And here's another gift shop. This one's called Essence. And this looks like a convenience store. Just snacks in there. And back to the casino. More slot machines off to the left. And to the right, there's the poker room. It looks like they got about half a dozen games or so going, which is actually doing quite a bit better than most of the other hotels. And here's another fast food restaurant. This one's called Burger Lounge. And I believe they have more restaurants and fast food places on the second floor. And here's another exit entrance here. This one goes to the valet parking area, which this is on the east-facing side of the casino, and basically that's where we entered over there. So just about finished here with the tour. And back into the casino area, more slot machines. And it looks like most of the table games are in the center, which up until now I've kind of avoided. I've been walking more at the corners of the hotel, which is where all the restaurants and bars and whatnot are located. And here's another bar. This one's called the Gym Bar. And more slot machines here and video games. And they do have about every other slot machine turned off for the social distancing because of the coronavirus. And to the right, here's a restaurant. Let's see which one this is. And this one's called Javier's. And we got a pretty neat looking bar area in the center. And the sign in front of Javier's says the finest food of Mexico. So that's a Mexican restaurant. It looks like just more slot machines, and to the left is some table games which they have closed off. It's kind of a slow day today. It's Monday afternoon, so I wasn't really expecting too much of a crowd here. And it's probably the best time to visit one of these casinos is during the week because it doesn't get very crowded. And this will be back to the main lobby area. And I just want to actually go back and check out the main table game area, which is more in the center of the casino area. So just making a U-turn here and Heading back. And this is more walking down the center of the casino. Just on the left and the right are table games, blackjack. Looks like they got a roulette tables up here. Got a whole bunch of them. There's some crap tables up ahead. And to the left here's some video baccarat and roulette. And here's another section of more table games, left and right. Blackjack, craps, roulette. It looks like they have well over 100 table games in here, so this is probably one of the bigger casinos. And here's another section of table games. This one looks like mostly crap tables here. And it looks like the end of that section of table games, and back into the slot machine area. And directly ahead is the MGM Players Club office, where you could sign up and get your player's card. And they basically keep track of how much you gamble or spend at their casino or retail places, and they could send you coupons and other deals to get you back into the casino. And that will conclude our tour of the Aria Casino. Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm at the Aria Hotel in Las Vegas at the main check-in and lobby area. And I'm just going to walk over to the Crystal Shops, which is located right next door. And the Crystal Shops was also built as part of the City Center Hotel and Casino Complex. And they have approximately 50 high-end retail shops and approximately 250,000 square feet of retail space. And this would be the outdoor area here, and to the right is the Aria. And over to the left, here's one of the entrances to the Crystal Shops. And directly ahead, they have an interesting piece of artwork here. This one is, let's see, it's called The Reclining Connected Forms. And not sure if I really get that, but interesting anyway. Anyhow, continuing on our tour of the crystals. Now inside the shopping mall area, and first store on this side to the right is a Herms of Paris. And just take a quick look inside here. Looks like they sell mostly women's makeup, and there was a few aisles of clothing in there, but it looked like mostly scarves and whatnot. Anyhow, continuing on, here's a Harry Winston store. What does Harry Winston sell? Looks like they got a lot of security people in there. Looks like mostly jewelry and watches. And next door is a Brunello Busanelli. And what does Brunello sell? Looks like men and women's fashion. There's a few of them, few hangers there of men and women's fashion. And here's a Cartier store, which is another jeweler. And more Cartier. Here's some watches. But it's kind of unusual to find a store that actually sells men's fashion in these high-end retail outlets. Seems like it's mostly women's fashion, lots of handbags or jewelry. And here's a Van Cleef and Arpels store. And what does Van Cleef sell? Looks like another jeweler. Let's see. And more jewelry inside. And continuing on here, they have some nice decorations in the aisleway. Here's artificial trees with fall colors and a bunch of lights hanging from the trees. And the next store up here is called Ellis and Olivia. And looks like Alice is a women's clothing store. This one seems to have a lot more clothing on the racks than the other stores did. And continuing on, the next store here is called Christian Louboutin. Not sure if I pronounced that right, but looks like a lot of handbags and women's shoes at this store. And it seems like pretty much all these stores are European of origin, especially this one up ahead is a Gucci store, which just about everyone has heard of. And I really offhand don't know what they sell, so I'm gonna have to take a peek inside the window here. Looks like they have a closed sign, but looks like women's fashion. And then to the left, a lot of handbags. Looks like it's just about all handbags actually. And continuing on, here's a Tiffany's jeweler store. And it looks like they actually have people shopping in there. Some of these stores have more employees than customers, but looks like the Tiffany's has some customers today. And next store is a Tag Heuer. What does Tag Heuer sell? Looks like watches and jewelry. And here's a Fendi store, which, see if I get a better view here, peek through the window. Looks like women's fashion. And to the right, they got the requisite women's handbags, of course. And it looks like a lot of women's handbags. So I'm going to call Fendi another handbag store. And moving along, this looks sort of interesting here off to the left. Looks like some sort of neat architecture. Looks like some sort of a boot. And it looks like that would be part of this restaurant here called Maestro's Ocean Club. Maestro's Ocean Club. And it looks like this boot here would be part of the Maestro's Ocean Club. Anyhow, continuing on. Next door is a Louis Vuitton. And they got some pretty big handbags in here, but I'll just go up to the window. There's a whole bunch of handbags, and it looks like they have women's clothing as well. And continuing our tour of the crystals. Off to the right, here's a Prada store. And looks like there's another exit up ahead. So I'll start with the Prada and see what these other stores To the left, there's a Saint Laurent store, and the next one is a Humblot. And I'm not sure what either three of these sell, but let's see. Prada has an entrance up here. So here's the Prada store, and looks like handbags and more handbags and women's clothing. And walking back the way we came, here's a Humblot store, which looks closed, and not sure what they sell. Might be jewelry or watches. Here's a Saint Laurent store, and this looks like, see if I get a better picture, more handbags, and it's like there's a few hangers here of women's clothing, but mostly handbags. And moving along, there's the boot for Mastro's Ocean Club, and next door is a Valanciaga store, and this looks like a lot of women's fashion. And continuing on, the next store is called Valentino's, and this looks like more handbags, and also looks like they have some dresses, more women's fashion. And the next store up is a Laura Piana store, and this one also looks like women's fashion. I don't see any handbags in there, but basically by now I'd say we're about 3/4 of the way through the mall and the retail stores. The common theme seems to be handbags, women's fashion, and jewelry. But let's see here if we don't get any different kinds of stores. This one is called Lavin Paris. So what does Lavin of Paris sell? Looks like another women's fashion. Racks of women's clothing there. And there's a few handbags in the back. And of course up front. And here's a little bit of a different store. This one's called the William Carr Gallery. So what does William Carr sell? Looks like artwork, and that's an interesting piece of art there, a horse head. Anyhow, continuing on. And next door up is a Rimowa, which looks like it sells suitcases and other various luggage. And the next store up is a Tourbillon store, and this looks like they offer watches and jewelry. And here's another view of the Tourbillon, more watches. And last store at the this side before we leave is called the Pub, and it looks to be closed. And here's the entrance that we came through, which takes us outside and back to the Aria Hotel. And that will conclude our tour of the Crystals shopping mall. Thank you.